applied system thinking and some of the business methods into my own daily life. I will share with you 5 methods which will allow you to avoid 80% of daily anxiety. Watch till the end for the caveat of this video, the 3-minute rule. I am 100% sure will improve your relationship with their loved ones. To kick off, we need to quickly cover what is systems thinking. Systems thinking is a way of making sense of the world's complexity through looking at it through the wholes and relationships, rather than splitting it down into individual parts. The best practical example is a family. A family is a system that consists of different members, each influencing and having a relationship with one another. But we need to zoom out. A family of 3 is a part of a bigger system, like community, extended family, or a country. The zooming out is what system thinking is about in a super simplified way. Another way of looking at it is, how can you make multiple elements work cohesively with the limited amount of friction? As a young family of 4 now, we incorporated these 5 ways into our daily life and seen increased productivity and balance. I learned about agile product development while working with software developers at a big data analytics company. In agile product development, a sprint is a period of time in which specific work needs to be completed and made ready for review. Later in my career, I used this framework as a project manager and consequently applied it in my own daily life. Every Sunday evening for an hour, we have a planning talk, sprint. To run sprints, we use Notion, a tool that many refer as a second brain. In simple terms, Notion is a workspace that adapts to your needs. First, we cover goals or tasks for upcoming week or a month for an hour of a sprint. Second, we check in on our long-term goals or bucket list of ideas. We use Microsoft To Do for immediate tasks like doctor appointments, meetings, or events. 1 hour of intentional planning a week eliminates loads of stress and anxiety. Having clarity who is doing what is useful for any couple, because you don't want to end up in I did this and that, what did you do? Lastly, it defines clear responsibilities we take as parents and individuals when it comes to living together. CRM is a business term used by B2B companies, especially salespeople. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It does exactly that. It manages customer relationships. I personally worked with HubSpot and Microsoft Dynamics 360. I was looking for a while for a personal CRM that would help people to manage their relationships with friends or family, or even keep in touch with acquaintances. Why would anybody need it? I lived and worked with a lot of different people from different walks of life. When you get caught up in a daily life, it gets harder and harder to keep up relationships, remember birthdays. For example, last Christmas I wanted to send a present to a group of my close friends, and I realized that I don't have their addresses. In this global and ever-connected world, it's so easy to stay in touch, yet conversations and important details of those conversations get lost in the ether. Personal CRM reminds you when to follow up with people, stores information about them, and helps you manage the communication. Now I'm using Notion for this. If I'm on the phone with a friend and he mentions something important to him, I note it down. This is not ideal because I still need to have manual data input, and it does not automatically register when was the last time I had a contact with that person. I'm using Notion now till I find a better alternative. If you like the Excel feel of managing your contacts, Airtable is another tool which works quite well. Before applying systems thinking, I would take notes in my personal architecture sketchbook. I still love the feeling of paper, but my note-taking process has completely changed when it comes down to research and learning. Now I use Roam Research, a note-taking tool for for network fog. It is kind of like a personal Wikipedia. Roam Research is somewhat different from other note-taking apps. It uses two-way linking at the block level instead of page level. It's easy to connect thought and ideas without breaking the flow of typing. Well, in human words, every note you're taking is connected and interconnected. So you end up with having kind of a mind map, and you can quickly recall what you have written. Nothing gets lost. I absolutely love Roam Research. Managing finance could be the whole other video on its own, or even a series, but I will share a fundamental principle when it comes to applying systems thinking into your personal finance. Most banks and trading platforms allow you to set up automatic payments. Use it. When it comes to my savings and investments, a fixed amount automatically goes to ETFs, crypto, pension plans, and play money, which is stock money. Other automated payments are mortgages and bills. It's automatic and I don't need to think about it, because I'm sure if I had to think about it, I would definitely forget to do it on a every single month basis. To define those amounts, I use a budget system that is dynamic and it depends on my income. For budgeting, I can highly recommend Airtable, which is like Excel but on steroids. And bonus aspect, Airtable connects to Notion. As parents, we also created an investment account for our baby. Money automatically flows into that account. We are betting on compound interest and cost dollar average to do the job. We are also looking how can we earn money more systematically and not linear way of trading time for money. But again, that is the whole other topic for another time. So subscribe if you would like to hear more. Last but not least, the caveat of this video. I want to share with you one method that helps us to stay up to date as a couple and not to kill each other. It is active listening, and we achieve that with the 3-minute rule. I remember when pandemic started, we would spend 2 hours after work talking about work, and then we would spend another 2 hours talking what's happening in the news. Once we were done, we would be completely exhausted. After reading Couples at Work, we created a 3-minute rule. We have been using this rule for a couple of years pretty much consistently. Once both of you finish work at the end of the day, sit down, no distractions, and one of you needs to set up a timer for 3 minutes. The other person will be telling about their day for 3 minutes. After time's up, the person who was listening needs to summarize what has been said. Once that is done, change turns. So why I'm sure this rule will improve your relationship. First of all, you need to be very specific in summarizing what happened during your day. You will naturally focus on what really matters and not all the what Joe said and Lucy answered at work. Second, you need to actively listen to your partner to be able to repeat what has been said. And you start noticing not just what was said, but how it was said and all the subtle details. Third, both of you, and I can promise this, will feel more connected and heard, as opposed to complaining or gossiping about the day that has ended. After spending 20 minutes, you will have the rest of the day for yourself, and you can spend that time actually productively. We recently became parents, and we try to apply these principles or the way of thinking to save time on running daily errands. You can check out here the 10 tech products that keep us sane and save us time as a new parent. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe or like the video. I will be uploading more. Bye!